Okay, ladies and gents, I was typing a sentence at 0834. It is now 0855. What I wanted to try to avoid all morning has now become the unavoidable. So I'm going to have to, thank goodness I was able to shower because I did not want to I made my coffee first thinking I'm like, I really want a coffee. But then I thought to myself, I was like, let me get better lighting. Sorry about the sound. I thought to myself, I was like, wait, I want coffee, but I want to enjoy my cup of coffee. And knowing what happened to me 2 videos ago when I had to be the plumber of our bathroom, I realized I'm like, how am I going to enjoy my coffee when I know what I am essentially, I'm not saying I'm a germaphobe, but there is a limit. I believe people, there's a reason why we used to have a thing called cholera, and there's a reason why there used to be cholera outbreaks, okay? So I'm not being, in no way, shape, or form, I'm not being unrealistic, all right? I'm being very, in my opinion, my concern is real. My concern is real. It's not over dramatic. Let me make sure the camera's in the right mode. Yes. Okay, because yesterday I was recording a scene and the camera was in the wrong mode. I'm not being over dramatic. My reaction, in my opinion, was just appropriate. Okay. What I had to deal with, for heaven's sakes, I'll say this much. I should be a plumber. Let me see if I can place this here. I should be a plumber, ladies and gents, and I'll tell you why. Because at least once a week, because of the fact that we got one of those new toilets, which really means a crap toilet. It's constantly giving problems, gets clogged up. We can't even flush toilet paper down the toilet, which I understand, like flushable wipes, which is a misnomer. They are not flushable. I understand anything else, condoms, baggies that were for drugs, tampons, or maxi pad, or the other things, whatever, I forget what they're called. And I understand all those things. Sorry for not being a feminist and not knowing all of your toiletries. But the maxi pad, and then there's the thing that goes inside. I forget the name. But anyways, that's being too graphic, and hopefully I won't get restricted for that. It's just nature anyways. I am going to ask for her permission to record the following convo. I don't want to do a reveal because unlike our government, and let's be honest, let's just say the world's powerful government. So like when you see those G7 summits, G8 summits, all of them are one and the same. It started here in the States with Bush Jr., who, by the way, Bush Jr. was just a puppet, just like Trump. Trump was also, but Trump was a loud puppet. He was a puppet, but he was not at the same time. He was a puppet. He was a political puppet, but he was a real person. I mean, so was Bush, because even though we only see him in media, from my understanding, he was a very good, he had an excellent personality. Like when he was in his when he was in college, and he signed up for his to be in one of those groups where you allegedly make connections for the rest of your lives or whatever. but they have to go through these things where they humiliate you, which is just idiotic. It's just a reason for kids to enrage in their animalistic side. So it gives them an excuse to do that. But nonetheless, George W. Bush, Jr., not H.W., but Jr., he allegedly knew the names of all the people in his, whatever that thing is called. It is fraternity. He knew all the people in his fraternity, all their names. He was real good, down to earth. And you could tell, like, as an individual, he was cool. As a politician, he was a puppet. Trump, as an individual, he's a crook and a liar, which is there's nothing wrong with that. You could judge him if you want, but it's not going to make a difference. If anything, you might end up being the crook and the liar in the end, because we're all humans. And like I said, the second you say something about someone, that's the very next day, the same thing's going to happen to you, or you're going to do the same thing. So that's why I say not to judge, not to look at people in any ways. But anyways, I'm about to have that convo. I'm afraid of the outcome because something my daughter said, and she spoke with the person whom I'm about to speak with, and she said something to that person that was not right for a 10-year-old to say. And I said, honey, don't say that. And I said, why did you say that? Was that person being rude to you again, or was that person disrespecting you? And then she replied to me, she said, no, but they were disrespecting you. So I was really happy that she stood up for me. And not just that, but there's another thing that a convo that I had with her that really impressed me. And I sent my buddy a message. I'm gonna see if I can put that as the not the clickbait, what's it called, the thing that you look at, anyways. Let me ask a question. I'm gonna tell this person, I'm just gonna ask him a yes or no question. I'm gonna ask him to nod, because I don't want him to I respect other people's privacy, unlike the United States government, China, let's add to the list, let's say Germany, the United Kingdom, let's see who else, possibly both France and Spain, Japan, and who else can I add to the list? Hong Kong, possibly, all of them. But anyways, let me ask a question. You can just nod. Do you mind if I record our convo, like on video? You do? Okay. All right. I'm by myself, so which means it's not gonna be a happy convo. Well, life is not always happy. Thank you for watching. Okay. The convo lasted for a little while. Not so that long. About like 30 minutes. It was better than I anticipated it. I was not ridiculed, but I did receive some I'll say constructive criticism about a video. But I did mention, and I implied, how I'm not here, how the saying, when you point at somebody, they say you're pointing 4 fingers back at you, but it really is 3, because your thumb usually points upward. And I try to be self-aware, because, that's one of the important steps towards recovery, is acknowledging that you have a problem. And because until you acknowledge it and you realize it, you'll never be able to essentially fix it or work towards it or get past it. So I defended my upload. I said, because at no point in time was I being personal. I was just talking about a general theme. at no point in time that I disrespect anybody's privacy, and and I told him that. But like I was saying before about privacy, the reason why I post so much on YouTube and I'm not too worried essentially about what I say or do is because our privacy is essentially more theatrical than it is actual. Just like airport security. Airport security is theatrics. They essentially do not prevent, actual acts of terrorism, but they make you feel safe. Just like when the government or even Apple, for instance, they say they respect your privacy. That's you can take that with a couple grain, not a grain of salt, but a couple grains of salts. And I'm sorry, Apple. I love you guys. You guys make one of my two favorite phones. I've already mentioned the other one, the old school Nokia, which I'm gonna look on eBay to see if I can buy one because I want to show it to my daughter. I doubt I'll be able to connect it because I believe it's 2G. I don't know how. I'll try to see if there's a company out there that can connect it. If so, I'll ask mom because essentially this phone I'm paying her back, and I've only paid her back like maybe a quarter of it, if that. And I got it on a discount. I got it. It's the mini, so we got it with like a half off because nowadays all of the carriers, the way they function is to get you their doorbuster is, oh, free phones on us. That's their doorbuster, right? And they make you eventually pay for it by signing you up on a plan, and those plans, that's where they make the money back from the phone. That's how they make their profit. The phones will be locked, so you cannot use them with any other carrier. There was one thing that a friend of mine or this girl told me once. I'd say she's my friend, but I try to get in contact, just to say hi. And she, I don't know, she's MIA. Hopefully she's doing well. But anyway, she told me sign a contract with AT&T so that you can get the free phone. That's one of the big threes. They give out the big phones, the free phones. I mean, so you got the big threes, AT&T here in the States, Verizon, and Sprint. So she said, sign a contract with AT&T. If you want, pay like a month or two, whatever, if that, and then switch it over to Cricket Wireless. Cricket Wireless, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's the one. It's a subsidiary of AT&T. So the SIM card essentially will also work on the AT&T phone. So you will have gotten a free phone. Granted, you will have damaged your credit, so you can't do it more than once. Unless you wait like 7 years. That used to be the norm. I don't know if they've changed that. And then, I mean, for 7 years, you can't do it again. But if you really want something that bad, you can do that. I'm not advising anybody to do it because I don't know the ethics or the laws about it. And I do not want to promote anything or condone anything that's illegal or even unethical at that because, I'm trying to be a good role model. I'm trying, and I know I still have a lot to work on. But anyways, nonetheless, yeah, the convo went well. And there was some surprising. I did hear something that was very surprising, and it was very touching. So I am actually humbled once again today for the second time. I'm recording, and so if you want your privacy, but yeah, so I was humbled twice in one day. So 14th of December, what a day. Thank you. Have a good one.